Hey sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. My name is Raileigh Duschen. I'm an author, poet, speaker, and healer. Today's message is to detach from flesh, detach from human wants and desires, and tune in today into your spiritual frequency, the frequency of freedom, of liberation, of truth that is guiding you in your whole entire life towards higher vibrations of abundance and genuine joy, and most importantly, peace. But when we identify with our body so much, we become attached to what is temporary, what is ultimately impermanent, and so we can experience pleasures and distractions and entertainment as much as we want, but ultimately what will fulfill us, what will satisfy us in the end is truth, is that frequency of authenticity that is guiding us. But it is not the easier path, because you do not give in or surrender to the flesh desires or to lust or superficial pleasures or distractions. You are trying to honor and live in integrity to a higher truth, a higher power, love of God, of the divine. And this path is going to ask you to do things that don't make sense to your human rationality or logic. It's going to ask you to wait. It's going to ask you to test your faith in things that ultimately cause the human to suffer, but that suffering is simply us from our higher version of self asking this body, this flesh, to just be patient and to be kind and treat our inner soul as a very precious child, and that child sometimes wants to do things that are not good for it. And so that's how we parent ourselves. That is how we move through life in spiritual freedom. In spiritual freedom, having full trust that what is to come will be more blessed and much more fulfilling than what we think we want. And sometimes we in the spiritual community are given a vision or an idea, and we become attached to that vision too. We embody it. We become an identity of what we've heard, what we have been told at that time. But time does not exist in the higher dimension. Time does not exist in heaven. God is not contained to time. And so sometimes we are given a word. Sometimes we are given an affirmation or a vision that serves us in the temporary field. And it has empowered us to move through things, to learn things, to experience things, to build relationships with people, to move to cities, to start jobs that were very much aligned at that time. But now is now. And sometimes God asks us to let go of one vision and to allow in a bigger one, a better one that is more aligned with who you have transformed into because of the former vision and the life and the realities that came with that. The jobs, the relationships, the communities, all of who you were very much important, and that was a blessed life, that was a blessed reality. But as you continue on your path in this truth that you are a spiritual being, you will constantly continue to transform yourself and evolve. Your life will continue to unfold and crumble and collapse and be birthed into new realities and new dimensions all the time. So that means new and bigger visions all the time. And so the quicker you're able to surrender and release your attachment to what you think God is telling you to do and move into an obedience, a genuine, true, even deeper surrender to the higher power, to that greater love of the universe that is knocking at the door of your heart right now, but you're too afraid to let go of the former world. And our ego, our human brain, wants to constantly sink into new containers and new identities and attach to things all the time. But when you're in the spiritual dimension, yes, you might be living in a foundation, but that foundation must be built on truth or it will crumble. Anything that is not built on truth or in integrity with your soul desires and not your flesh cravings that are temporary The more strong our foundation is going to be built on this integrity, it will truly be sustainable. It will truly last a lifetime. We have to go through the grinding and the curing and the cutting and the pruning and all the other things that make the building of a new sense of safety, a new sense of identity, or a new life as God is currently guiding you. All of that must be done first, and those former visions that you received were very much a part of this process. It's very much important to where you are now. And so this is a call, this is a reminder to get out of your own way sometimes and just be present here. What is the reality that is here right now? And if you're stuck in the past and you can't let it go, it's because it was blessed, it was truth. But that reality isn't here now. Whatever circumstances or situations or people or opportunities that were formerly there that you have already experienced, you've already moved through those doors. And now there's a bigger door waiting, but you're too afraid and not ready in your mind to walk through it. So now is the time to say yes once again, and you're always going to be saying yes. Please always say yes to greater love, to the divine, to expanding who you are, to growing who you are, to constantly evolving. Do not remain stuck. Do not remain stagnant. That is fear. And fear is what traps us. Fear is what stops us from growing into our highest and higher and continuously ever expanding sense of self, our higher selves. Higher self is built on love and truth and integrity. And so this is a reminder in this video today to be brave and to be bold and to keep saying yes to love and to keep shedding fear every single day. And my videos are always going to be telling you this in some type of way or another, that yes, God loves you. There's a higher truth right here before you. You are living it now. You are blessed now. But it is the illusions and it is the fear and the shame and the anxiety that comes with that fear that is stopping you from seeing how God is speaking to you right now, how God is literally in your life right now. Always. You are always free. You are always loved. You are always divinely guided and protected. But it is the mind, it is your fear that stops you from seeing that clearly. So I hope this message has given you some type of clarity, some type of peace. If I could be a support to you on your path, please reach out to me. Check out my website, consciouslifestylecoaching.com, which will be in the description box below. And if you need books, I have books available, group coaching calls, which are free every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Is called the Medicine Garden. You can come get to know me, get to know each other, and you can come retreat, come visit me in Western North Carolina if that even calls to you. And I have so many offerings available. Please let me know how I can support you. I send you peace and love today on your path, and may you continue to be empowered to move forward and to break through these fears, these barriers that are blocking you right now from reaching your true and most authentic, genuine destiny. So peace and love. I will talk to you soon.